When seeking help from others, appeal to their self-interest, not to their mercy or gratitude. This is a fundamental principle in the art of persuasion. People are inherently driven by their own needs and desires, often overlooking the needs of others. If you can frame your request in a way that highlights how they will benefit, they are far more likely to offer assistance. This is because people are naturally inclined to act in their own best interest. Imagine someone staring at their phone, lost in their own world. They are not thinking about how they can help you. They are thinking about their own problems and desires. But if you can present your request as a solution to one of their problems, or as a way to fulfill one of their desires, you will capture their attention and willingness to help. This is the essence of Law 13. It is about understanding human nature and using it to your advantage. By appealing to someone's self-interest, you are essentially setting a trap for them, one they will willingly walk into. This law is about understanding human nature and using it to your advantage. By appealing to someone's self-interest, you are essentially setting a trap for them, one they will willingly walk into. Think of it as placing bait in a trap. The bait is their self-interest, and the trap is your request. They will walk into it willingly, thinking they are acting in their own best interest. Remember, people are always looking for ways to improve their own lives. They are constantly seeking opportunities to advance their own goals and fulfill their own desires. If you can convince them that helping you will do just that, they will be putty in your hands. They will see your success as their own, and they will be eager to assist you in any way they can. Cardinal de Rohan, a powerful figure in 18th century France, learned this lesson the hard way. His story is one of ambition, deception, and ultimate ruin. He was deeply infatuated with Queen Marie Antoinette. His admiration for her was well known, and it became the chink in his otherwise formidable armor. A group of conspirators, recognizing the cardinal's weakness, devised a plan to exploit his desire for the queen's favor. They saw an opportunity to manipulate him for their own gain. They forged letters from the queen, expressing affection for the cardinal, and requesting his help in acquiring a valuable diamond necklace. The letters were crafted with such skill that they seemed genuine. Blinded by his desire to please the queen, the cardinal fell for the ruse. He believed the letters were a direct communication from Marie Antoinette herself. He acquired the necklace, believing he was acting on her behalf. The necklace was an extravagant piece, worth a fortune, and he spared no expense in obtaining it. When the truth was revealed, the cardinal's reputation was ruined. The scandal rocked the foundations of the French nobility, serving as a testament to the power of appealing to self-interest and the devastating consequences of deception. Law 13 is not about being manipulative or deceitful. It is about understanding the motivations that drive people. Everyone, no matter how powerful or insignificant, has their own agenda. By identifying what your opponent desires, wealth, power, recognition, you can frame your request in a way that aligns with their goals. When you can demonstrate how helping you will serve their interests, they will be more inclined to lend their support. Section 4. Utilizing the power of appealing for help. This section delves into the strategic use of appealing for help in various scenarios, particularly in business and negotiations. The applications of Law 13 are endless. Whether you're in a corporate setting, a small business, or even in personal relationships, understanding how to appeal for help can be a game changer. In negotiations, for example, understanding the other party's needs can give you a significant advantage. By showing empathy and a willingness to meet halfway, you can create a more collaborative atmosphere. Instead of focusing solely on your own demands, try to identify areas where your interests align. This approach not only builds trust but also opens up new avenues for cooperation. By framing your proposals in a way that benefits both parties, you increase the likelihood of reaching a mutually agreeable outcome. This win-win situation can lead to long-term partnerships and sustained success. Remember, people are more likely to support something that benefits them directly. When you appeal to their self-interest, you make it easier for them to say yes, thereby achieving your goals more effectively. Section 5. Did you find this valuable? Understanding and applying Law 13 can dramatically increase your influence and effectiveness in all aspects of life. By mastering this law, you can turn potential adversaries into allies and achieve your goals with greater ease.
In the realm of power, appearances can be deceiving. What you see is not always what you get. The world of influence is filled with hidden agendas and secret motives. A seemingly genuine smile can mask 1,000 lies, and a handshake can be the beginning of a betrayal. A friendly smile might conceal ulterior motives, and a warm greeting could be the first step in a calculated plan. The art of deception is subtle, often hiding in plain sight, and a trusting confidant could be gathering intelligence for their own gain. They listen, they observe, and they remember. Every word you say, every action you take could be used against you. This is the essence of the 14th law of power. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. To navigate this law is to understand the duality of human nature. To master this law is to become a master of social engineering, manipulating social interactions to your advantage. It's about creating a facade of trust and reliability, using charm and camaraderie to extract valuable information. Every conversation is an opportunity, every interaction a potential goldmine of secrets. It's about understanding that knowledge is power, and the more you know, the more control you have over your environment. And sometimes, the best way to acquire that knowledge is through discreet observation and calculated friendliness. In the end, it's not just about what you know, but how you came to know it. The ancient Greeks understood the power of this law, as demonstrated by the legendary Trojan horse. This story is one of the most famous examples of cunning and strategy in ancient warfare. The Greeks, after a long and fruitless siege, devised a plan that would go down in history. By presenting the Trojans with a seemingly harmless gift, a giant wooden horse, the Greeks gained entry into the impenetrable city of Troy. The Trojans, believing the war was over and that the horse was a peace offering, brought it into their city with great celebration and joy. Hidden within the horse's belly were Greek soldiers, who under the cover of darkness emerged to conquer the unsuspecting city. As the Trojans slept, the Greek soldiers crept out of the wooden horse and opened the gates for the rest of their army, leading to the fall of Troy. This tale serves as a powerful reminder that appearances can be deceiving, and that what appears to be a gesture of friendship can conceal a strategic maneuver. The story of the Trojan horse teaches us to be wary of gifts that seem too good to be true, and to always question the motives behind them. This law is not about malicious intent or manipulation for personal gain. It's about understanding the dynamics of power and recognizing that information is a valuable currency. By cultivating relationships, asking insightful questions, and observing carefully, you gain access to information that would otherwise remain hidden. This law encourages you to become a student of human nature, learning to read between the lines and discern true intentions. It's about being present, engaged, and genuinely interested in others while remaining vigilant and discerning. Section 4. The power of information. Knowledge is leverage. In a world saturated with information, it's the ability to filter, analyze, and leverage knowledge that sets individuals apart. The sheer volume of data available can be overwhelming, but those who master the art of discernment can turn this to their advantage. They sift through the noise to find the signal, the valuable insights that others might overlook. The 14th law of power empowers you to become a discerning observer, gathering insights that inform your decisions and actions. This law encourages you to be vigilant, to watch and learn from every situation. By doing so, you can anticipate changes and adapt swiftly, staying one step ahead of the competition. By understanding your competitors, anticipating their moves, and identifying opportunities, you gain a competitive edge. This strategic awareness allows you to make informed decisions, positioning yourself advantageously in any scenario. Knowledge of the market, the players, and the trends becomes a powerful tool in your arsenal. This knowledge becomes your leverage, allowing you to navigate the complexities of power dynamics with greater awareness and strategic foresight. With this leverage, you can influence outcomes, shape perceptions, and drive success. The ability to see the bigger picture and act with precision is what sets true leaders apart. Section 5. Embrace the law, like, share, and follow for more. The 14th law of power is a tool for understanding the dynamics of human interaction and the importance of strategic information gathering. It's about being observant, asking questions, and building relationships that provide valuable insights.
In the game of power, hesitation can be fatal. To truly conquer, one must embrace both the art of war and the art of peace. This means knowing when to strike with relentless force and when to show strategic mercy. Mastering this delicate balance is crucial for anyone seeking to rise to the top and stay there. This brings us to the 15th law of power: crush your enemy totally. This law, while seemingly ruthless, holds a deeper wisdom often overlooked. It's not just about brute force, but about recognizing that in power struggles, leaving even a sliver of your enemy's power intact can be a grave mistake. History and literature are littered with cautionary tales of those who failed to heed this law. These individuals often found themselves victims of the very enemies they thought they had vanquished. To truly understand the weight of this law, let's delve into a historical example from the pages of the 48 Laws of Power. The Ottoman Sultan Bayezid, a fearsome conqueror in his own right, found himself facing a new kind of adversary in the cunning warlord Timur. Timur, a master strategist, understood the importance of leaving no room for his enemies to recover. He employed scorched earth tactics, devastating the lands he conquered and leaving no possibility for his opponents to regroup. Bayezid, blinded by his pride and underestimating Timur's ruthlessness, made a fatal error. He allowed Timur to retreat, mistakenly believing he had won a decisive victory. This act of perceived mercy proved to be Bayezid's undoing. Timur, given the chance to regroup and rebuild, returned with a vengeance, ultimately capturing Bayezid and ending his reign. This historical anecdote serves as a stark reminder that in the realm of power, half measures can have catastrophic consequences. Bayezid's failure to fully crush his enemy gave rise to a more formidable foe who ultimately brought about his downfall. The 15th law of power, crush your enemy totally, doesn't necessarily advocate for physical violence or literal annihilation. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of complete and utter victory in any power struggle. This means leaving no room for your opponent to recover, regroup, or plot their revenge. Imagine a weed stubbornly growing back in your garden no matter how many times you try to pull it out. To truly get rid of it, you need to uproot it entirely, ensuring no trace remains. Similarly, in the game of power, you must be thorough and decisive in your actions. This might involve dismantling your opponent's network of influence, discrediting their reputation, or simply outmaneuvering them so completely that they pose no further threat. The key is to be relentless in your pursuit of victory, leaving no opportunity for your enemy to make a comeback. Section 4. The perils of half measures and second chances. The allure of showing mercy or giving second chances can be tempting. We are often conditioned to believe in forgiveness and redemption. However, in the cutthroat world of power, such sentiments can be liabilities. Every time you spare an enemy, you create the potential for future trouble. They may use the time you've given them to rebuild their strength, nurture their resentment, and plot their revenge. The risk of future betrayal far outweighs any fleeting satisfaction you might derive from showing leniency. Remember, the game of power is not for the faint of heart. It requires a certain level of ruthlessness and a willingness to make difficult decisions. While this doesn't mean you should become a tyrant, it does mean understanding that sometimes the only way to ensure your own safety and success is to completely neutralize your opponents. Section 5. Spread the word power in shared knowledge. Power, like knowledge, is meant to be shared and wielded wisely. If you found these insights valuable, don't keep them to yourself. Share this essay with others who might benefit from understanding the 15th law of power. Remember, in the game of power, knowledge is your greatest weapon. By equipping yourself and those around you with this understanding, you can navigate the complexities of power dynamics with greater awareness and ultimately emerge victorious. Imagine a ruler so powerful, so revered, that his mere presence could command armies and silence dissent. A leader whose influence stretched across continents, shaping the course of history with every decision. This was Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, the 10th emperor of the Ottoman Empire. Known for his military prowess and keen intellect, he was a ruler like no other. His reign, spanning over 4 decades, is considered the empire's golden age. Under his leadership, the Ottoman Empire reached unprecedented heights in culture, law, and territorial expansion. Yet Suleiman understood a profound truth about power: its flame burns brighter in its absence. He knew that sometimes, the most potent presence is felt when one is not seen. Suleiman, known for his wisdom, employed a unique strategy. He was not just a warrior but a thinker, always several steps ahead of his adversaries. He would withdraw from public view at calculated intervals. This was not an act of retreat but a deliberate tactic. This deliberate absence, though perplexing to his court, was a calculated maneuver. It left his advisors and subjects in a state of constant anticipation. By making himself scarce, he achieved two critical things. His absence was a tool, a way to maintain control and command respect. First, his absence fueled anticipation. The court and the people, always eager for his return, found themselves constantly thinking about their sultan. The people, accustomed to his regular presence, began to yearn for his return. This yearning turned into a deep respect and loyalty. This longing amplified their respect and solidified his authority. It was a masterstroke in leadership, ensuring that his power remained unchallenged. Second, it allowed him to observe. From the shadows, he could see the true nature of his court. From the shadows, he could gauge the loyalty of his subjects and identify potential threats without their knowledge. This insight was invaluable for maintaining his rule. Suleiman's reign stands as a testament to the power of strategic absence. His ability to balance presence and absence was key to his enduring legacy. It's a potent reminder that sometimes, the most effective way to wield power is to step back, observe, and let anticipation work its magic. In doing so, Suleiman ensured his place in history as one of the greatest rulers of all time. Law 16 of Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power succinctly states, "Use absence to increase respect and honor." This concept is not just about physical absence but also about creating a sense of scarcity. This law, exemplified by Sultan Suleiman's reign, reveals a fundamental truth about human psychology. Suleiman understood the power of making himself scarce to maintain his authority and mystique. We often crave what we cannot readily have. This longing can be a powerful motivator, driving people to value what is absent more than what is present. When we are constantly surrounded by something, its value diminishes in our eyes. The everyday presence of an item or person can lead to it being taken for granted. This principle applies to people, possessions, and even power itself. The rarity of an object or person can significantly enhance its perceived value. Constant presence leads to familiarity, which can breed, if not contempt, then a dangerous sense of complacency. This complacency can erode respect and diminish the perceived importance of the person or object. Absence, on the other hand, disrupts this complacency. It shakes up the routine and forces people to reassess the value of what is missing. It creates a void, a sense of longing that intensifies our appreciation for what is missing. This longing can rekindle interest and respect. This is the core principle that Law 16 encourages us to leverage. By understanding and applying this law, we can enhance our influence and presence. By strategically withdrawing, we create an aura of mystery and desirability. This strategic absence can make others more eager to seek us out and value our presence. We remind people of our value not through constant assertion, but by allowing them to feel the impact of our absence. This subtle yet powerful approach can transform how we are perceived and respected. The power of absence extends far beyond the realm of emperors and sultans. It is a timeless principle that has been observed throughout history. It's a principle applicable in our personal and professional lives, influencing how we are perceived and valued by others. Consider the workplace. A colleague who is always present, always available, may be perceived as reliable but risks becoming invisible, their constant presence taken for granted. Now imagine a colleague who is discerning with their time, who makes their presence felt when they choose to engage. Their selective involvement can make a stronger impact. Their contributions are more likely to be valued, their insights sought after, and their absence noticed. This is the power of strategic absence in action, a tactic that can elevate one's professional standing. In personal relationships too, absence can be a powerful tool, fostering a deeper connection. Spending every waking moment with a loved one can lead to a sense of stagnation, where the relationship feels routine and predictable. Giving each other space, pursuing individual interests can rekindle the spark and deepen appreciation, making the moments together more meaningful and cherished. Section 4. Mastering the art of absence, a strategic approach. Mastering the art of absence is not about disappearing entirely. It's about being strategic with your presence. It's about understanding when to step back, when to create a void that allows your absence to speak volumes. This requires careful observation, an understanding of your audience, and the confidence to defy the conventional wisdom of constant visibility. Remember, true power lies not in being everywhere at all times, but in making your presence felt even in your absence.
Imagine a ruler, feared and revered. His enemies tremble. Why? He is unpredictable. His every action is a mystery, a puzzle that no one can solve. He thrives in the shadows, where his true intentions are hidden from prying eyes. A whisper of a new law, a sudden alliance. These are the tools of his trade. He uses them to keep everyone on edge, never knowing what to expect next. No one knows his next move. Each decision is calculated, each step a part of a grand design that only he understands. This is not just a story, it's a lesson in the art of power and control. This is the power of unpredictability. It keeps adversaries guessing, always on their toes. It's a weapon, sharp and subtle. It can cut through the strongest defenses and unravel the most intricate plans. In the game of power, predictability makes you vulnerable. It exposes your weaknesses and makes you an easy target. Like a deer in the open, your rivals see your every move. They watch, they wait, ready to pounce at the first sign of weakness. They can plan, they can strike. But when you are unpredictable, their plans crumble. But with unpredictability, you become a phantom, a ghost that haunts their every thought. You vanish and reappear at will. Your presence is felt even when you are not seen. Your enemies live in fear, never knowing your next move. They are trapped in a dance with the unknown, a dance that you control. Law 17 of the 48 Laws of Power is clear. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. This is not about random action. It's about calculated chaos. Think of a chess master. Each move is unexpected, yet part of a grand strategy. This is the essence of Law 17. Being unpredictable doesn't mean being erratic. It means keeping your enemies guessing. Sow uncertainty. Make them doubt their strategies. When you are unpredictable, you seize control. Your enemies can't adapt because they don't know what's coming. This is how you gain the upper hand. Why is unpredictability so potent? It plays on a fundamental human fear, the unknown. We crave order, predictability. When you disrupt this, you create anxiety. Your enemies become obsessed with anticipating your next move. They waste time and energy trying to understand you. This gives you a huge advantage. While they are busy reacting, you are acting. You set the pace, you dictate the terms. Think of a boxer with an unorthodox style. Opponents struggle to adapt, thrown off balance by the unexpected. The same principle applies to power dynamics. Section 4. Echoes of unpredictability through time. History is filled with examples of Law 17 in action. From ancient times to the modern era, the element of surprise has always been a powerful tool. Genghis Khan, a master of the unpredictable. His ability to keep his enemies guessing was unparalleled. His tactics were unorthodox, his movements swift and surprising. He would strike when least expected, often from directions thought impossible. His enemies never knew what to expect. This constant state of uncertainty left them in disarray, unable to mount a coherent defense. This fear was his greatest weapon, paving the way for his vast empire. His legacy of unpredictability is still studied in military academies today. In the business world, think of Steve Jobs. His approach to product development and marketing was revolutionary. His product launches were legendary, shrouded in secrecy. Each new release was a carefully orchestrated event designed to maximize impact. The anticipation was palpable, keeping Apple ahead of the curve. Consumers and competitors alike were always left guessing about what would come next. These examples illustrate the enduring power of Law 17. Whether in the battlefield or the marketplace, unpredictability can be a game changer. It's a timeless strategy, relevant in war rooms and boardrooms alike. The ability to surprise and confound opponents remains a key to success across all arenas. Section 5. Master your own fate. In this section, we delve into the essence of taking control of your destiny. It's about making deliberate choices and not letting external circumstances dictate your path. Don't let the world dictate your moves. Break free from the chains of predictability and take charge of your actions. Embrace the power of unpredictability. It's in the unexpected that true power lies. When you make bold decisions, you set yourself apart from the crowd. Be strategic, be bold, be unexpected. Start small, vary your routines, and don't be afraid to take risks. Each small step builds your confidence and sharpens your strategic thinking. Surprise people with your actions. As you gain confidence, you'll see the results. Your unpredictability will become your strength, making you a force to be reckoned with. Remember, the element of surprise is your ally. Use it wisely and it will serve you well in all aspects of life. You will navigate the game of power with newfound mastery. Your ability to stay unpredictable will keep others on their toes. Now, go forth and cultivate your own air of unpredictability. Let your actions speak louder than words. The world is your chessboard. Every move you make can change the game. Did this insight resonate with you? If so, take it to heart and apply it in your daily life. Share it with your network and subscribe for more on the art of power. Together, we can master the game of life. Once upon a time, a powerful king, fearing betrayal, isolated himself in a grand fortress. He believed that by distancing himself from everyone, he could avoid the treachery that had befallen many rulers before him. He built high walls and deep moats, ensuring that no one could approach without his explicit permission. The fortress was a marvel of engineering designed to be impenetrable. No one could enter without his permission. The king felt safe, believing that his isolation was the key to his security. He thought he was protected. Years passed. The king grew lonely. The grand halls that once echoed with laughter and conversation now stood silent. He had no one to share his triumphs or his worries. His advisors stopped visiting. They couldn't reach him. The king's isolation had cut him off from the very people who could offer him counsel and support. His kingdom, lacking his guidance, began to crumble. Without the king's leadership, the once thriving land fell into disrepair. The people, feeling abandoned, lost their trust in their ruler. Isolated and alone, the king realized his mistake. He had traded the warmth of human connection for the cold comfort of solitude. His fortress, meant to protect him, had become his prison. The walls that kept others out also kept him in, a prisoner of his own making. He had built a cage of his own fear. The king's paranoia had led him to create barriers that ultimately isolated him from the world. His isolation led to his downfall. The once mighty ruler, now a shadow of his former self, understood too late the value of connection and community. This parable, though simple, holds a powerful lesson. It reminds us that no matter how strong or powerful we are, isolation can be our undoing. It speaks to the 18th law of power. Do not build a fortress to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. True strength lies in our connections with others, not in the walls we build around ourselves. We all crave security. It's a fundamental human need, deeply rooted in our psyche. From the moment we are born, we seek comfort and protection from the world around us. We build walls, sometimes literally with bricks and mortar, creating physical barriers to keep out perceived dangers. Sometimes, metaphorically, we erect emotional and psychological barriers to shield ourselves from pain and vulnerability. This is a natural human instinct. We want to feel safe, to protect our loved ones, and to create a sanctuary where we can thrive. However, taken to an extreme, this desire for protection can lead to isolation, which is far more dangerous than any external threat. Isolation makes us vulnerable. It can create a false sense of security while cutting us off from the world. It cuts us off from valuable information, support, and opportunities. We miss out on the richness of human interaction and the growth that comes from it. We become blind to the world outside our self-made walls. Our perspective narrows, and we lose sight of the bigger picture. This blindness can lead to poor decisions and missed opportunity. We fail to see the potential for growth and collaboration that lies just beyond our barriers. The 18th law of power warns us against the seductive trap of isolation. It teaches us that while solitude can be a source of strength, it can also be a source of weakness if taken too far. It reminds us that true strength lies in connection, collaboration, and the free flow of ideas. By opening ourselves up to others, we find resilience, innovation, and a deeper sense of belonging. Staying connected is vital for our well-being. It's not just about having people around us, but about forming deep, meaningful relationships that enrich our lives. It provides us with emotional support, expands our perspectives, and helps us navigate through life's challenges. These connections can open doors to new possibilities, whether in our personal lives or professional endeavors. But how do we resist the allure of isolation and build meaningful connections? It starts with a conscious effort to reach out and engage with others. Start by being open to others. A simple smile or a warm greeting can make a big difference. Listen more than you speak. Truly hearing what others have to say shows that you value their thoughts and feelings. Show genuine interest in their lives. Ask questions and be curious about their experiences and perspectives. Cultivate a diverse network of friends, colleagues, and mentors. Diversity enriches our understanding and broadens our horizons. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help when you need it. Vulnerability can strengthen bonds and create deeper connections. Remember, every person you meet has the potential to teach you something new, offer a fresh perspective, or inspire you in unexpected ways. And in turn, you have the power to provide a helping hand, share your knowledge, and make a positive impact on their lives. Section 4. Building bridges, not walls. In today's interconnected world, isolation is a choice we make. We have countless opportunities to connect with others. Embrace these opportunities fully. Join clubs, volunteer, attend events, and engage with your community, or simply strike up a conversation with someone new. Think of your life as a journey through the vast cosmos. Each person you encounter is like a star, shining with their unique light. The more stars you connect with, the brighter your own light will shine. Section 5. Embrace the cosmos. The universe is vast and full of wonders. Don't explore it alone. Build bridges, not walls. Embrace the power of connection. It is in the sharing of knowledge, experiences, and dreams that we truly grow and thrive. Go forth and connect. The cosmos awaits. Please like, share, and subscribe to our page for more insightful content.